What's your name?
Sir Duncan the Tall.
Never heard of him.
Do you know every knight in the Seven Kingdoms, then?
The good ones.
I know that all the characters in the show have nicknames that go along with their regular name. For instance, Duncan is known as Duncan the Tall. Wondering what your nickname would be if you could choose one for yourself in real life.
I would choose Peter the Jester or Peter the Skateboarder, but my girlfriend would probably say Peter the Farter.
I think Dexter the Fisherman.
Fisherman, that's
I'm a big fisherman. With my dad, we go a lot. Or Dexter the Arcader. Well, I want to say gamer, but I don't like game. I go to the arcades to game.
I was wondering if you know what your character's nickname is in the show.
I mean, he's called the Laughing Storm.
The Laughing Storm. I think it is mentioned in the show at some point. I hope.
I'm now really worried that I've missed what my nickname is.
Your nickname, I think, is.
Oh no!
is
no.
Let's move on. Okay, fine. Yours is Big Boy, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say
I think it's Big Boy.
Well, I was gonna say if you were gonna choose your nicknames in real life, what would they be? But maybe you already answered my question.
It's Big Boy and the Laughing Storm. That's what it is.
One of you is the Reluctant, and one of you is Bright Flame. Curious if you know the background behind those nicknames.
Raymond is quite reluctant to speak his mind to Stefan, to do as he wants to do and to lead his own life. He feels shackled to him, so I think he's reluctant to break free of Stefan.
Good answer. I have no idea where Black Flame comes from. I thought it was like the monstrous or something. I think it's got something to do with fire and dragons.
In real life, what do you think they would be?
I think I would be the reluctant. I feel very reluctant to do anything. Yeah.
I'd be a Bright Flame.
You would? Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Weird plot.
If you were to choose a nickname for yourself in real life, what would it be?
Let me just say I went to a school that seemed to like rhymes. And you can guess what my nickname was.
Obviously, joining the Game of Thrones universe, the costuming is going to be absolutely incredible. Was there anything really fascinating or maybe surprising to you when approaching the costuming for your character?
When I put on the armor for the first time was like a really brilliant moment where it kind of like imprinted on my memory. It was so like the concept armor from the graphic novel. And I really loved that, and I'm glad that they went with that sort of thing, but it was kind of like a really cool moment where you really feel like a knight.
Yeah, I didn't realise Egg was going to have the biggest cloak in the world, which dangles down like 1,000,000 meters to the ground. It actually got really annoying later on the filming because it was so muddy on set, so the cloak kept picking up mud and mud and mud, and at the end, it wasn't even a cloak anymore. The cloak had rotten away. It was just a pile of mud on my shoulders, which was very heavy. Luckily for this season, I've not got as heavy clothes because we're in the warm.
In the warm, yeah.
You go in and see the designs, and you're thinking, well, I'm gonna look pretty cool if this is anything like my costume, and then like a week later, there it is. I was also surprised by how heavy the antlers were. I mean, I was pretty keen on them. And then once I put them on my head, realized what a glutton for punishment that I'd been. It was a lot to handle. But yeah, I mean, man, the costumes in this thing do a lot of the work for you, which is good because we're both incredibly lazy.
Especially kind of speaking as a Targaryen, there is a kind of elegance to everyone's costume, an elegance and menace that really reads on screen. I just think is fantastic.
Yeah, when I was putting on my outfit for the first time, it was that moment of, whoa, I'm gonna be wearing this day in, day out and get to perform in it.
I like my helmet. If I'm not mistaken, that came from a 3D scan or mold or something of my face. So it is actually my face, with kind of the nose like shaved off and the chin kind of made level. And I was like, oh wow, that's horrible. I guess looking at my face kind of blown up. I was really excited to try it on, and when I tried it on, I could see nothing out of the peephole. So, that was good.
It was a bit like being a real medieval knight in that you would spend hours and hours wearing heavy armor, waiting for someone to plonk you in the saddle and point you in the right direction and say charge. So, going to the toilet was a challenge. I've been around the block enough times to think about how I'm going to visit the WC during the day, but there are certain practical challenges when you're wearing full plate mail that no amount of ingenuity can really overcome. So I got a strong bladder by the end of it, let's put it that way. That's not the question you asked, but I'm afraid that's what you got. So.